Hey guys, Kim here from Kim on a Whim. Welcome to today's mess. We're doing a little backyard refresh. It's been a little bit, and our lawnmower took a dump, which I can tell you right now that lawnmowers never go on sale during the summer season. So unfortunately, I had to pay full price for a new lawnmower. So we need to tackle the lawn, which Nick's going to take care of all of that stuff, while I'm tackling the patio. I've said before that nothing motivates you to get your house clean than having people over, and that holds true. That is a hill I will die on, because nothing, absolutely nothing, will motivate you more to get your butt in gear and get stuff done than having people come to your house. And this particular time we were having a game night, so I figured people can be inside, but they also can be outside, and my outside has been neglected for quite some time. I didn't do anything out back last year, so this year it's kind of double the work because it's a 2-year mess. Not 2-year mess, but like for instance, my patio here, it is really bad. So I needed to bust out the power washer to try and get like all of this stuff off. I think I need to do some edging for the lawn so that the dirt doesn't wash up onto the patio and make it like just kind of dirty and dingy. So stay tuned, because that's what we're doing today. While I'm getting the power washer set up, Nick's going to just pull the weeds over here in the corner of the patio. So now I'm going to just work on this little flower bed that I have here. Some of the weeds were just really easy to just kind of pluck out and toss to the side, but then there were a few that I felt my back, like, you know, that little tweak that you get. And I wasn't willing to risk hurting my back on this one, because I still had a lot of stuff I needed to get done inside too. So I asked Nick to help me with some of the larger weeds that were just in there. They were not budging at all. And, you know, of course, because he's young and strong, he's like, yeah, pluck it, and no problems at all, which, thank God he was here, because that was backbreaking. A little fun fact about me is I cannot walk on grass in bare feet. I don't know what it is, and I know, like, I see these people doing the whole grounding thing, and you walk on grass in bare feet and you become centered, and I cannot do it. It just, it gives me the ick. And I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's because I know there's like so many bugs in the dirt that walking on them just kind of grosses me out. But yeah, cannot walk on grass in bare feet. Anytime the kids, and even this goes like since I can remember, the kids would ask me to come out and see something, I would have to make sure I had like a pair of slide-on shoes at the back door, because I could not run on, because it was always in the grass. And of course it was always like all the way in the back of the yard, and I had to have shoes on in order to walk out onto the yard at any point.
You got me tripping ever since I saw you. I went slipping, didn't even know you. Couldn't even breathe without you. It's how I'm feeling, all I ever wanted. You, I'm digging, it's how you got me started. Couldn't even be without you. I wanna be by your side. That's what I'm trying to say. You got me breathless.
So I'm finally to the point where I can start power washing everything, and I'm going to give you some kind of satisfying shots of like up close power washing. This isn't even the worst of what my patio looked like. There's another side off to the left of where I'm at that was really bad, and it gets so bad because our dryer vent is right there too. So not only does it get the stuff coming out from the dryer, but then it also just kind of, for some reason, that's kind of where our dip is in our yard. And anytime that we get a lot of rain, especially, it goes right there. I know that we have gotten so much rain lately, and it's just been coming up on our patio. I think at some point, Greg had to go out with a push broom to kind of push it off the patio into the drain that's in the driveway, just because we got so much rain so fast. We didn't want it to come into the laundry room of the house.
All the things you do to me, you got me reckless, got me reckless. When you say all the things you say to me. You got me breathless, got me breathless. When you do all the things you do to me, you got me reckless, got me reckless. When you say all the things you say to me, you got me tripping ever since I saw you. I went slipping, didn't even know you. Couldn't even breathe without you.
So here's the spot right near the dryer vent that I was talking about, and you can just see how bad this is. I actually need to come back with, I think, a scrub brush and some detergent and just kind of get in there and scrub everything off. This is also where our recycle bin sits, right outside of the door. So it's just easy to kind of throw our recycles in there. So it's, I think, a combination of a little bit of lint from the dryer and then all of the recycle bin that just sits here. But in just a moment, I'm going to show you some up close satisfying power washing, because you're going to see just how much of a difference it was making.
Just call on me to get you, don't forget to get you, to get you, don't forget to get you, to get you, don't forget to get you, to get you, don't forget to get you. You're stronger now than you ever been. You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just call on me to get you, don't forget to just call on me to get you, don't forget to just call on me to get you, don't forget to get you, to get you, don't forget to just call on me, baby, I'll be there. Just call on me, baby, just wait. I'll be there. I'll just call on me, baby, I'll be there. I'll be there.
So for a few moments I stopped power washing because Nick was using the trimmer, the hedger here, and I didn't want to run them both on the same outside line just because I was afraid that I was going to like blow a fuse or something, because it was the power washer pulls a lot of power, and then so does this edger or trimmer, or I don't know what it's not a saw, but it kind of looks like a saw. But I think it's just a trimmer, like a hedge trimmer. But so while he's doing that, I'm going to work on getting the rest of the weeds out of the little flower garden that I have, where I have my ornamental grass. And then this little thing here, this little statue kind of thing, that's something we got from my in-laws' house, and it's been here ever since they moved. So I think it's been here for like 20 plus years. I don't know if I should revamp this area because, like I said, like 20 plus years, that's kind of a long time. I don't know if I need to kind of zhuzh things up a little bit and maybe change stuff up. But I like that I have the greenery here because I don't have to worry about constantly putting in blooming stuff. I do have my tiger lilies that bloom every year, and they've kind of spread out from what I used to have. But I kind of like to be able to see this when I look out my back window. And then I have off to the right there is my lilac bush that my dad had planted. They were doing a concrete patio at their complex, and he had a bunch of plants that he kind of just transplanted up to my house, and one of them is this lilac bush, and then I have some rose bushes in the back and my rhododendron up front that he had transplanted. And that's like the one thing like you can't touch, like that has to stay where it is because I'm just so afraid of anything happening to them. It has sentimental value to me, so I don't want to mess with those.
Ever since the day you called it off, I thought things over. And what I didn't know then, I know now, so go yourself. Ow, ow. I would really like to see you try to win me over. If this is making me confused, it must really, really mess me up. You got yourself someone new who's not for you. You're not worth it, but I can never stop again and keep thinking of you. I can't let go, 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 let go. You love me, myself again and keep thinking of you. You're not perfect, but I can help myself again and keep thinking of you. I can't let go, you love me. Not forgiving, not forgetting, but I keep missing you. I can't let go.
So, a quick backstory to why we have like all of this shrubbery to the side of our fence here, or it's like kind of grown over our fence. We originally were going to put a privacy fence up there, and I thought I'd be neighborly and go to our neighbor that's kind of on the side of us and say, listen, we were going to put up a nice, white privacy fence, just letting you know beforehand before we do this. And he's like, well, the chain link fence, because there's a chain link fence that runs down our property line there. He's like, that, I've tied into that fence for my property as well. And I said, okay. I said, I understand that. I said, but the privacy fence will look a lot nicer. And one, it'll be privacy fence. Like, he actually, and the crazy thing is that he's never in that house. He uses it as like a business house. So he's hardly ever in that house. He only comes to meet a client here and there. So why he was so against me having a privacy fence up, and I get it, my property, I can do it. But he was giving such a hard time because he's like, well, maybe we should have them come out and do a property assessment to make sure that the fence is actually yours. And I'm saying to the guy, I'm like, the fence goes completely around my property, like all around the back side, front side, sides of the property. Like, it's our fence. The owners put it in that lived here before us. And he's like, maybe we should get an assessment done. And then the people I was working with for the fence said, why don't you just like deed the fence portion to him? They said, because if you put up a fence, like we would go a few inches inside of the fence and put up the privacy fence, but we would still be responsible for the chain link fence. So she's like, why don't you deed that fence to him, and that way he's responsible for it and you're responsible for your privacy fence. So I go over and I present that to him, and he's like, no, I don't want to do that. Long story short, it just became too much of a hassle, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm not even going to put the fence in, but guess what I am going to do? I'm going to let all of these bushes that give me privacy in my backyard grow as high as they possibly can. Like, I'll keep them trimmed and I'll try and keep them somewhat neat, but I don't want to see you. And that's why, one, I wanted the privacy fence. And then two, now, like, since you gave me such a hard time, I absolutely don't want to have to deal with you at this point. And like I said, he's hardly ever there, so I really don't have to deal with him that much. But I just thought that was kind of like a jerk move. Like, I wanted to put a fence on my property and you want to give me a hard time because you tied into it. Well, one, that's not my problem if you tied into my fence. And then two, like, I'm willing to deed the fence to you so that you can have your chain link fence that you so desperately want to hold on to. But yeah, so that's a whole issue with that. And like, I really just don't understand that. But anyway, I'm going to finish doing the power washing on this part of the patio. It's funny because the owners who lived here before us had painted the patio gray. That part doesn't seem to get as dirty as the part that I painted with, like, it's called concrete deck paint, but it's very porous, and I think it just holds on to any kind of dirt that comes from the lawn onto the patio. But unfortunately, I did run out of camera space, so it didn't record all of this part of the power washing of this section. So it is going to jump into me then putting everything back together and decorating this area for the party.
I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks, I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So
Okay, so now we finally get to the fun part where we get to put everything back together. Because I have to admit, I needed to trust the process on this one because I made a really big mess before everything was getting cleaned back up. I was a little nervous to say the least, but I got this rug at Walmart for like I think it was like $37, and I just recently got that because I needed something to cover up a little bit of the mismatch of the patio floor here. This table was so hot from sitting in the sun that I actually had to take a break a couple times. I was wishing I didn't put my gloves away from the day before because I kind of needed it for this thing. Because, yeah, you can see me kind of shaking my hands because it was really hot just sitting in the sun. I didn't want to try to like do the wax or anything on it because I figured it would just get streaky. So I'm just going to put a tablecloth on it.
Or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out. So try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive.
I'm just going to use this tablecloth that I have. I have a bunch of them, and this particular one, I already have a hole cut in the center so that I can put the umbrella stand through it. So this is going to work well. That way, like I said, I don't have to make this all streaky. I am going to come out probably and do a wax on this table again. I do have a video from, I think it was a while ago, like probably a year, at least a year ago, where I tried car wax on it because being out in the sun, it does get like a little faded and looking a little dingy. So the car wax did a really good job at bringing the shine back because it is an all metal table. That's why it got so hot in the sun when I was trying to move it. Now I'm just going to put all the chairs back, get this all situated, and move on to getting more chairs set up on the lawn and then some flowers.
When I'm in this town, look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, no, nothing can break me. Took a bite, and now I'm filled up. I don't know where you are tonight. Cause you're right, I've been starving and now I don't know what to do tonight. But I've been feeling like you're pretty easy to like when your body is closer to mine. You got me feeling like there's no one other than you who can make me lose my mind. You start me up like no one has ever could. You fuel my fire.
So for the flowers, I grabbed these, just kind of, you drop them in a pot, already done flowers. I didn't have time to really go around and look for the flowers and plant all the different flowers. So I just grabbed one of these because it would be easier. So I thought, because my intentions were, because I did this a few years ago too. I put my tiki torches in my flower pots. I also have a video from the last time I did a garden refresh or a backyard refresh. I did this tiki torch thing here. I thought I was going to be able to, because they twist out of the base, and I thought I was going to be able to twist it out, pop in the flowers, and then put this through the center of the flowers, because that's what when I was buying the flowers, I was making sure like they had an area in the center where I could just like poke something through it. Well, it didn't go quite according to plan because this thing would not budge. So what I had to wind up doing is taking the flower and cutting down the center of it and putting it around the pole instead of being able to put the pole through it.
got space, but weaker has been waiting for the right day. Like the right day ever comes, now it's Friday, and nothing's changed.
Okay, so I think I have enough seating outside for everybody. I have the 6 chairs here. I put this little chair here and one over there. I have this little storage bench here, which I need to put that little cushion away. They used to go to this, but then I found these cushions at Walmart 2 years ago, I think. I have my little spice and garden over here. Not sure if I want to keep that planter there. I have all of this seating here around the fire pit, and then I even have these 2 here if anybody wants to lounge. The pool, I think we might be done with the pool. Kids don't really go in it. They're not even kids anymore, so I don't know if we need it. You saw me do the flower pots. This was just one of those like drop-in flower pots, and originally I thought I was going to be able to take this, like screw this out and just drop it and put it back in, but it didn't work, so I had to kind of cut through that. So you saw me do that one. This one is just a hoster that comes up every year. There's our little cat little tent that they have, and then you saw me do this one here. We did all the mulch in here, so that's looking pretty good. We have our little flamingo there. So I think for the most part, this is all done back here. I do have lights. I have the tiki torches here that I can do, and then I have lights that I can put up here if we need to for nighttime. I'm gonna have some cornhole and some bocce ball here. I think this should be enough space to do that. I'll move the cat tent for the day because they won't be coming out during the day. But that's our, oh, I have to put that ladder away. But that's our midsummer backyard refresh. And so far, for minimal amount of money, I think we did pretty well. It literally was just getting the patio clean because that was the worst. It has paint underneath it. I painted this like tannish color. My goal at some point will be to get all of this removed and go back down to the concrete that is underneath of here. I don't think you can really see it because it's so sunny. But under here is just a concrete slab. I would love to get back to that, and I would love to get back to just the red brick that is on the house instead of the painted brick. It was painted white when we bought it. We painted it more of a creamy color and then did this tan color, but you can see it's just, it has seen way better days. But you know what? It's a backyard patio. I'm not gonna stress too much about it. Everybody will come out here and have some fun. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.